Good morning, everyone. This is Clara with Card Stamping with Clara, coming to you with another set of cards from North Carolina. It looks like we're going to have a rainy day today. It's awfully gray and doomy, and I think the rain just started, but it's a good day for crafting and a good day for making cards, so we'll be thankful for that. Today, we're going to be using the hand pinned bundle, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. If you would please push that subscribe button, that would help me, and it would also help you to get my videos. The other thing is I have a host code that's if you need to purchase something under $150, I'd really appreciate it if you would use that. And that way you can get a $10 gift out of the catalog from me. Okay. The other thing is Celebration is going to be winding down before long, the end of September. So if you want to get any free products, this is the time to do it. There's free products with $50 orders, and with there's a couple of really nice items with $100 orders. So I've got a catalog on my website, Card Stamping with Claire, if you'd like to take a look at those. All right, business done, and we'll move to card making. This is the card I'm going to make today. Like I said, it's from the hand pinned bundle set, and it's a get well card. Feel better, friend, is what it says on it, and my thoughts are with you. So we'll go step by step on this one, and I'll show you what I used to make that one, and then we'll look at the other ones as well. This is the stamp set. It's called Hand Pen Petals, and it's got thanks, anything is possible, congratulations, feel better, friend. And of course, this is the image that I'm using today. It's got lots of little extra images that you can use. And then there's this second flower that's really pretty. You'll see one of those today too. It's a photopolymer set, and I'll open it up here and show you. So as you can see, I've been using mine. Some of my stamps are a little stained, but it doesn't hurt them a bit. You just clean them off and go ahead, and it doesn't bother you about stamping. The die set is called the hand pen dies, hand flowers dies, excuse me. You know what? I better put my glasses on. Pen flower dies. Okay, pardon me. And I used this outline die to cut out the flowers today. And then there was one to cut out the other large flower, and lots of little ones as well. So it's a really nice set, and I do love this scalloped edge. It comes in handy for so many things. And then I have my Old Faithful here, layering circles that I use the smallest. This time I used the scalloped circle. Okay, that's all for dies and stamps and things today. So we'll talk a little bit about these that I've made, and give you an idea of where they came from, how I put them together, and what have you. This one I made into a happy birthday card. I thought it looked a lot like fall. I used the pumpkin pie. I used the papaya, and of course black. And then I believe this was mossy meadow that I used. And I used the pumpkin pie for the larger flowers, and I also used some mango melody for the smaller ones. So I thought that really looked like a fall card, and I put on the inside, it's time to celebrate. And that's what that pretty scalloped edge looks like. So you get a good look at that one. Lay it over. This one, I used gold to accent that flower. You can cut out an accent like the gold and layer it over top the flower. And of course, you don't need to stamp it when you do that. Made this one also a get well card. And this is some of that pretty hand-pinned paper. It Comes in 12 by 12 sheets. And I used Evening Evergreen as the outline color. I used the Soft Succulent to lay the flower against, and then some gold accents. These are little gold gems that we have. And this one I put My Thoughts Are With You, and I put this one on the very vanilla paper instead of the basic white. So I thought that one turned out real well. This one, I made a happy birthday. Used one of my little squares that they're layering squares with a little scalloped edge around it, and just turned it so it looked like a little diamond. This dotted paper you have seen before. It is called the Beautiful Pinned. There's 4 different kinds of sheets. It's all black and white, and it's designed to go with this set. I also used some of the glitter black to go with this one. And yeah, the black against the white with the polka dots, I thought gave it a nice look. And I also put It's Time to Celebrate on the inside of this one. I also used circle dies on this one, the layering circle dies. Okay. This one, I used the Cajun Craze and colored it. Used a little Highland Heather for the little purple flowers. This pretty design is the Ornate Layers that I laid it against. And I also have the polka dots that came from that hand-pinned. It's just one of the back sides of the hand-pinned, not the beautifully pinned, but the hand-pinned 12 by 12 sheets. There's 2 packs of paper that are associated with this one. The hand-pinned you purchase, the colored one. The black and white you can earn by purchasing $50 worth of product, and then you get it free. So that'll be till the end of September. And this one, I think I put the same thing. My Thoughts Are With You on the inside. Oh, by the way, the My Thoughts Are With You comes from the Prized Peony stamp set. That's where I got that sentiment. Now, this is another sheet of that pretty paper from the Beautifully Pinned that you can earn for free. As you can see, it's got the same design of flowers. I didn't feel inclined to put the flowers on this one as much as I just stamped a couple of little flowers. I just let the paper do the work for me, and the pretty scallops, that added a nice touch, I thought. And this one is more like just a little note card. This one, I made into a birthday card. This is the other stamped image, and these are some more of the added stamped images. I did this one in Rich Razzleberry, excuse me. And this scalloped edging, well, it's not edging, it's actually paper. At the top and the bottom, I colored that with the blends to get it to match this paper. But what it is the whole paper is just got lots and lots of circles. It's like this one, only it's like this one with the yellow, only it's black and white. So I just kind of balanced the distance and colored 2 of those to add a little different touch to that one, and made this one a birthday card. It seems like birthday cards are always in need. Now, this is the same pretty image that was on that one, but it's I did this one with mint macaron, and I also used some pumpkin pie and probably Daffodil Delight for this one. But this paper is in that hand-pinned pack, and it's the back side of one of the sheets. And I just put some gems on this one, and this gold cording or thread or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this one's a little more simple, easy to make. This label comes from the new seasonal labels bundle. So that's where I got that, and just turned it in a vertical position versus horizontal. So that gives you an idea where that came from. And the last one I made into a sympathy card. I used the Simply Elegant paper. That's what this is, as well as the basic black. I embossed with Deepest Sympathy, and I also embossed that flower image, and I thought that made a really pretty sympathy card. So I used an oval die that I've had for some time, a set of oval dies. I don't know if the oval dies are available. I know there's an oval punch available. So anyway, I just put my thoughts are with you on the inside of this one too. All right, folks, let's get to making this card. One thing I do want to show you before I start is one sheet of this paper. Now, this is the yellow, or the Daffodil Delight, looks like on the back of this one. But this is the sheet that I used to cut my strip from that you're going to see in a minute. And I just wanted you to get a better look so you'd be able to pick out which one it was, because there's several sheets of this that have got similar designs on it, but this one's got the pretty blue in it, the pretty blue flowers, and that's the way I designed it based on that. But this paper is beautiful as far as that goes. Okay. Slide these out. It's not a complicated card. Here are the 21 to 23 gems. I've used a lot of these, as you can see. Okay. As always, we start out with the base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And as usual, just to save time, I went ahead and stamped the inside sentiment and glued it to the Night of Navy and then on into the base of the card. So the inside is already done for us. We're going to, ultimately what you need is a total of 2 sheets of Night of Navy. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. 4 5 by 5 1/4. Then this striped piece comes from the Penguins Playmate 12 by 12 paper that you can earn free. And as you can see on the back, it's got some really pretty cute little penguins on it, which I've already done a set on the penguins, but this blue paper, this striped, really comes in handy for a lot of things. So that's going to be my one piece of my designer series paper for today. This piece that I was just showing you from the hand pinned is 1 7/8 by 5. And it will lay on top. And then I cut 2 inches by 4 inches to lay horizontally. And the reason I did that is I wanted something to lay my image on that would make it stand out. I wanted a break. If you notice, you kind of lay it on top like that, it gets lost in the process. So sometimes you just need a little piece of something that will make it stand apart from the rest of the card. This is the little sentiment, feel better friend, and like I said, I used the little scalloped edge that adds a little extra to it. And the things that we used, the things that I used, I guess I should say, to color the image, the flower image, are the blends. And I've got a second one stamped here, and I'm just going to show you a little bit so you can get the idea, and then we'll go ahead and put the card together. I used the light Flirty Flamingo for the pink. I used the dark Balmy Blue, and honestly, I started putting down the Balmy Blue first, and then let's see, this one may be, this is the dark balmy blue, yes. And then I didn't think it matched the paper quite as well as I wanted it to. So I went over two of the flowers with the Night of Navy. And so I just left both colors to give it more interest. And I used the mint macaron to match the kind of greenish color. I'm sure this is mint macaron in this paper, the leaves. So I wanted it all to coordinate when I got done. And this, I'll just pick this one up. And this is the color lifter. And the color lifter has no color. That's the bullet end. And this is the paint end. And all of the blends have markers like this, have ends like this if you haven't used them before. So this, all this is for is if you bobble outside the line a little bit, let it dry good, and then go back and lift the color up that's outside the line. And that way it doesn't spread and smudge as bad. Okay, let me show you about the blends here for just a second in case somebody's out there that hasn't used them. I'm going to use the paint end, and you can use either one. And you can use the light and the dark, and you can, you know, if you're really good at shading, these come in nice for that. And all you need to do, and you will find that when you color these, what you want to do is turn your paper so it's easy. I mean, there's no sense in reaching around and what have you. So you'll find that I will just turn it like that as I proceed, and it doesn't take long. As you can see, the first thing you know, you got two leaves or flowers or whatever you want to start with. It doesn't really matter. And this is all that I'm going to do is this last leaf, just so you can see. Just don't press down too hard on these, because if you do, you will have ink all over the place. These are alcohol markers, and they come in a set of two, light and dark. And the other thing I want to show you is if you've got a surface that you're concerned about, you might want to lay something underneath, because sometimes it will soak through. Doesn't do it all the time, just depends on how much ink or how much pressure you put on. Okay, let's put this card together. And I don't think it will take long today. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this striped piece to the Night of Navy. And all these instructions will be written up in a PDF form on my website, and all you have to do is click download and you can print it right off. There's also going to be the video there, and a place that you can click to get to any of the items that you might need. So I try to make it just as easy as I can. It'll take you right to my what's called my store, but it's Stampin' Up, but it's when you use my store, it gives me credit for the sale. Okay. Press that down a little bit. And the next thing that I'm going to do is put this little strip on. And I use the Mono liquid glue because it's just easy to slip things around when you need to. I left a tiny, let's see if this has got, let's turn it this way. Some of the papers have sort of a up and down orientation or a side to side, what have you. You kind of have to pay attention a little bit to make sure that you're turning it the right way. Some of them, I mean, with this one, it probably wouldn't make much difference because they kind of go in all directions. Okay. If you notice, I'm going to leave a little border of the striped. I think that adds a little something. And the next thing I'm going to do is this should lay right in between the blue border of the Knight of Navy. This is not a difficult card to make, and yet it turns out to be a pretty card, and it's something you can make pretty fast. Okay, and I'm going to try to eyeball this as best I can. I'll have to hold it up so that I can see if I've got it positioned relatively close to where I want it. I think I'm going to move it up just a tiny bit. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, now let's go ahead and put this front panel onto the base. And as you see, I have to get everything up in front of me so I can tell whether or not I'm satisfied with the way it looks. Look how fast this is coming together. Now, granted, I've got everything ready, but still. I put dimensionals on the back of this. It helps to also add some character to the card. If you've not used dimensionals, this is what they are. They're just little foam pieces that are sticky on both sides. And when you get ready to put it onto your card, you have to lift these off, these little protective coverings. And the easiest way to do it is with your pick-a tool. Here we go. Whoops. I hope everyone had a nice holiday. Our son and his wife asked us up to their home for a cookout on Labor Day. I had really intended to labor on Labor Day and make cards, which I did later that evening, but it was nice to be able to go up there and have a nice meal and see our grandson. Well, we actually got to see two grandsons, one that lives there and one that came to visit. Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to turn this. We'll try to turn it kind of like we did the other one. I don't know why I keep saying we, but anyway. I'm going to reach over and get my tweezers. I try to lay most things out, but I didn't think to do this. I did just glue this. You can put dimensionals on the back of your sentiment sometimes, and it makes it look really nice. Okay. And I decided to just put it right here off to the side of the flower. I'll get it turned just right. All right. And I did put one of these little gems on the sentiment. This is another use for your pick-a tool. I didn't think it needed much because the sentiment label is small. And I used one of these with the yellowish tint to go into the center of the big flower. And that's all there is to it. We're all done. So, my thoughts are with you. That covers a lot of things. Feel better, friend. And there you go. All right. Well, that will take the video for today, or take the tutorial for today. Again, I would ask if you haven't pushed that subscribe button, please do so. And my sister reminded me that you have to push the one that looks like it's ringing a little bell, and she said to be sure that you get all of the get notified of all of my videos. I've already mentioned Celebration, and if you purchase the $50 item with me, I will give you a $10 item out of either catalog that you want that's still current, the mini catalog or the annual catalog. And I hope that you have a nice week. And if you have any questions or anything like that, send me a comment on my website and I will certainly answer it back to you. Or send me an email at cmshore.1@icloud.com, and I can also answer you there. So, like I said, have a good week, and I will be back in a few days with another set of cards. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.